Popular culture has taught many widespread Americans that the Mongolian culture is perceived as a violent group of people willing to do whatever it takes to pillage all of what they've thought was theirs.
You Mongolian! Don't you break down my wall!
Perhaps South Park was having a bit too much fun with that narrative. However, it appears that many others did perceive the Mongols as fearing and dangerous people. Ibn al-Athir certainly seems to have this perspective of the Mongols. They think that all things are created for themselves alone. They esteem it none offense to exercise cruelty against rebels. He later goes on to describe the Mongols. They are hardy and strong in the breast, lean and pale-faced, rough and hug-shouldered, having flat and short noses, long and sharp chins. Their upper jaws are low and declining, their teeth long and thin, their eyebrows extending from their foreheads down to their noses, with their eyes inconstant and black, their countenances writhen and terrible, their extreme joints strong with bones and sinews, having thick and great thighs and short legs, and yet equal unto us in stature. For that length which is wanting in their legs is supplied in the upper parts of their bodies. Those descriptions from a Turkish-born historian certainly seem similar to the ones depicted by Parker and Stone's version of the Mongols.
Get out of here! You Mongolian!
Mongols were notorious for pillaging all of the lands of which they traveled, after committing such damage to these lands. In the secret history of the Mongols, a Khan known as Genghis Khan says to his men, "If we overcome their soldiers, no one will stop to gather their spoils. While they're beaten and the fighting is over, then there'll be time for that. We'll divide their possessions equally among us." It is worth noting that the Mongols were subject for trade involving gold. William Rubruck, a French missionary, had traveled around Europe and dedicated some part of his life hoping to convert the Mongols to the Christian faith. Rubruck tried time and time again to offer gold to Mongu Khan in the early 1200s in hope that it would be a guiding path to a Christian conversion. Then I, seeing that I was without an interpreter, said nothing, save to beg him not to be displeased with what I had said of gold and silver, for I had not said that he needed or wanted such things, but only that we would gladly honor him with things temporal as well as spiritual. Gold may not have been something that this particular Khan was interested in, but rather Rubruck had discovered that in Mongu Khan's other dealings with traders around India, it was troops he was actually in need of. Part of the reason that gold was something that the Mongols had no desire to trade for was likely due to the fact that they could easily obtain it through their way of life, conquering and pillaging. One object found in the Smithsonian from Genghis Khan's treasures, yes, that Genghis Khan, was a gold alloy bracelet featuring a design of a phoenix being flanked by the demons. A Smithsonian article about this particular gold piece reads, "The Mongols didn't have a strong artistic tradition of their own, but loved beautiful objects, and they often spared vanquished craftsmen in order to put them to work." It is known that the Mongols were regular pillagers, and that they felt confident enough in the amount of gold that they could obtain that they had no need to trade for more. Plus, now having the knowledge that they spared craftsmen makes the mind wonder, did Genghis and other Khans desire customary bling? Much like rappers like Gucci Mane or Lil Wayne. While various people around the world saw the Mongols as either animalistic like Ibn al-Athir or solely interested in building their army like William Rubruck, this begs the question, how did the Mongols perceive themselves? Look no further than the year 1246. Hakluyt Khan writes a letter to Pope Innocent IV. In this letter, it seems as if Hakluyt Khan is baffled by the idea that people are not serving the Khagan in the ways of the Mongols. Hakluyt tells the Pope Christian conversion seems pointless, being as God was created to serve the Khagan. By the end of the letter, Hakluyt tells the Pope, "Now should say you, with a sincere heart, I will submit and serve you." Intimidating, animalistic, and greedy. A set of adjectives that would likely bring offense to most civilizations that were founded on a trade-based economy. However, judging by this letter to a man of God, those such terms would likely give them a sense of pride. Even Trey Parker and Matt Stone's interpretations may give the Mongols a serious sense of joy.
You Mongolian! Don't you break down my wall!